How you doing, folks? Papa Joe here. Gonna make a couple videos tonight. Looking at my feet, see how swelled up they are. The only thing about swelled up feet is it'd make it a lot easier to plant them up the asses of some of these dumb-ass Democrats. I ain't been watching a whole lot of the news, just catching a little bit there while I was eating my dinner. So I figured I'd just go ahead and enlighten you with some of my thoughts. I'm sure that'll get you worked up and excited. You know, this whole impeachment nonsense, they're trying so hard to do another smokescreen and make it look like they're doing right. They're not. They went ahead and made up new special rules for it. This is the law. Now, normally, anyway, what they keep saying is they go by the past impeachments, and that kind of sets the guidelines. Fair enough. You know, it really is. So, they didn't like the way the old ones went. Imagine that. It was Nixon and Clinton that got impeached. And both of them were allowed a free shot at defending themselves. They don't want Trump to have a shot at defending himself. Huh. Now, we're supposed to turn a blind eye to the fact that from the time that he actually won, they started their just resist nonsense, and we have to impeach him. They was talking about impeaching him before he was even sworn into the office. Come on. So for the last 3 years, 3 plus, all they have tried to do is find something to nail him on. Their call to glory is they got some trivial little law fractions that some people that knew him, worked for him, was associated with him, whatever. What got me started tonight, I was reading where some dumbass was on there making comments about Trump's lawyer had been impeached, and now his president or his lawyer is being investigated, and his past lawyer is in prison. Okay, which you know, all right, point. Now, I ain't bothering to say how they spent millions, if not billions of dollars trying to frame the president when they knew what the truth really was, and all they could do was get a few peons. I'm impressed. That was some money well spent. And now, what's his name, Ruby? Now they're after him. Good luck. I think he got a little bit of street lawyer smarts to him. And the thing is, once again, I can't say it enough times, everything that they are trying to bust these people on, They've done themselves. They just ain't been caught out on it yet. And I am so tired of hearing the Democrat Party try to preach to me about how what they're doing is to defend America and the Constitution, and oh, you're so full of shit. The only ones buying that story are these Kool-Aid drinkers that you've done got brainwashed. It's ridiculous. And now, and you can't tell me it wasn't planned out pretty good. Boy, is that a U-joint you got clattering or what? Now they're wanting to move the impeachment to the next phase. And the president just happens to be over in London doing the NATO thing. Huh. Now, how long have they known the NATO thing was going on? It's been in stone for quite a while. Now they also finally sent him a letter, wanted to know if he was going to have a lawyer there or what he was going to have there to defend him. Now, mind you, they are only going to give his lawyers like 2 days to read up all of this investigation and all of the inquiry and all that nonsense. They're going to release it like today, Wednesday. And they're going to be starting the stuff like tomorrow if they didn't start it today. So we're going to allow you to have an attorney, and we're going to give you the paperwork to read up on what we've got so far. We just ain't going to give you time for your lawyer to read it. Gotcha. And you're going to be overseas doing some important stuff while we're trying to impeach you and frame you. Got you. So his response was, no, I'm not playing your game. And now as of the weekend, I did watch some news during the weekend. That drives grandma nuts. They was going to allow him one witness to every 3 of theirs. Really? He can have one person come up on his behalf to 3 people that they have come up against him. When did we start putting a number on that stuff? Better yet, when did we start putting such a uneven number on that stuff? What's wrong with 1 for 1? You bring up 2, I'll bring up 2. Sounds fair to me. On top of that, once again, they want to approve of whatever questions are being asked. Really? And who doesn't think this is some kind of a sham? I most certainly do. Good looking Peterbilt there, Bennett. I'm curious to see how it's going to all play out. Once again, I'll say that as dirty as the Democratic Party is, and they're pretty damn dirty, I'm waiting to see what else they got in their bag of tricks. What I've seen so far is not impressing me at all. What I've seen so far, I don't think will get the president impeached. But what else do they have that they're going to try? There's something else they're going to try. I guarantee you that. I did my little rant. Talking to one feller today, and he'd been talking to a Catholic priest, and in the course of it, politics came up, and this individual had made a comment that made the priest ask him, "Are you a Republican?" And he said, "Why, yeah, I'm a proud Republican." "Really?" And he said the priest didn't go into nothing, but he could tell that he didn't like him being a Republican. So he called me, and he asked me, why in the world would a priest that's supposed to be against abortions and all this other stuff, why would they back the Democratic Party? Oh yeah, I let him go on for a few minutes on it. And I asked him, I said, do you want to know the truth on why the upper echelon in the Catholic Church is in bed with the Democrats? Well, sure. I said, you've heard of the one world order? Oh yeah, ain't we all heard of it? I said, just a few weeks ago, you can Google it, I said the Pope was making reference to a one world religion. And once again, the Catholics want to be in charge of that one world religion. This happened a few hundred years ago. The same thing, so to speak. I said, so it's not about babies being murdered. It's about the power. And they don't have enough power. You never have enough power. You're like the Clintons, don't have enough power. So, that's my thoughts on it. He allowed that it made sense to him. So, we'll see where it all goes. I don't know if y'all are paying attention or not. I hope you are. I hope you're awake and you got your eyes wide open. I hope you're figuring out how that you can help stop some of this nonsense. And you already know me. First thing I'm going to tell you to do is get registered to vote. Second thing I'm going to tell you to do is vote. Ain't that amazing? Now, with that, I'm going to get off here, and I might do another video. I might do a live stream. I might go to bed. Yesterday was a hard day. Last night was not a good night's sleep. And today was a long day. Well, I ain't sure what I'm going to do. Sure to calling Grandma and letting her flirt with me. With that, y'all remember, good Lord loves you. So do I. The Democrats, they only want to use you. Period. They only want to use you. They've been using people for a long time. Y'all have a good evening now.